With me today is Joanna Campbell Slan. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Nancy. I'm glad to be here.
Joanna, do you mind having the title as being the scrapbooking mystery writer? Are you already pigeonholed there?
I don't think so. There's maybe 17.5 million scrapbookers in the United States. They say that it's between 1 and 3 to 1 in every 5 homes. So if it's a pigeonhole, it's a big one.
Well, that's good. Tell us about the book that you brought that's in front of you right now.
It's called Paper, Scissors, Death, and it's the first in the Kiki Lowenstein Scrap and Craft Mystery Series.
What is the attraction of scrapbooking? Why do people do it?
People scrapbook because they want to write love letters to life. They really want to stop their lives and reflect on them and savor them and save the memory. And so scrapbooking has become the modern quilting party. It gives women a chance to get together and reflect on their lives and share some of the knowledge that maybe they would have gotten if they lived closer to home. But we're so spread out these days and times at such a premium that people don't get that chance. So scrapbooking allows that, and I think it also gives us some validation for the kinds of lives we're living. You know, if, say in the next generation, say what if my grandkids are watching television and they're going to look at something like Friends and they're going to think, is that the kind of life you lived? Well, no. So scrapbooking pages are a way that an ordinary family can say, here's the life we live, and it has value.
Are you worried that when people take all their pictures now with digital cameras that they're not printing their pictures, they're just putting them on computer thinking someday they'll organize them?
Not really. I just try not to worry a whole lot about a lot of things. So that's not one of them. No, actually, I think that the digital cameras have been a boon to scrapbookers because what happens is with digital cameras now, you can take a variety of photos, and a scrapbooker will often take 3 or 4 photos of the same thing and then decide, well, this is the one that I want. So they're still printing out an awful lot of photos. And another great advantage of the digital age is that we're uploading our photos to electronic albums. That allows us to send our photos and to share our photos with our family all across the country and even the world. If there's a crisis, such as when my family lived through 2 hurricanes in a row down in Florida, the photos are protected because they are in that digital photo album.
You have an Indiana connection. Isn't that correct? Did you go to college in Vincennes or grow up in Vincennes? What is your connection to Indiana?
I am proud to call myself a Hoosier. I grew up in Vincennes, Indiana, which is a tiny little town in southern Indiana. And then I went to Ball State University and I graduated from the School of Journalism there. So I consider myself an Indiana girl.
And you live there now in Indiana?
No, I don't. I live in St. Louis.
Oh. Tell us, I want to hear more about Kiki. Set up the book for us. Don't tell too much, but can you give us some exposition on the book to get us started?
I'd be happy to. Kiki Lowenstein is a woman who thinks she's only ever been good at 2 things in life, scrapbooking and getting pregnant. When her husband's found dead and naked in a hotel room, Kiki's down to one marketable skill, and that's scrapbooking. So she takes a job in a local scrapbook store called Time in the Bottle, and she decides to snoop around and figure out who killed her husband, which she does. And Kiki's not at all worried that the killer is going to find her or come after her, because Kiki's a mom and moms are invisible, right? However, the killer does cotton on to Kiki and does chase her, but in the end, everything comes out all right. The book has inside it some scrapbooking tips. And we think this is the first time it's ever been done in a book. It has a coupon code in the back for 50 free digital prints. Yeah. The 50 free digital prints would be a value of $15, and that covers the price of the book. So the book's almost free.
What a great idea. Did your publisher come up with that idea?
No, I thunk it up in my own little head.
That is great, Joanna. You also brought some sheets of scrapbooking, so we'll talk to our audience as if they are not scrapbookers. Show us a little bit about the allure of scrapbooking through some of the sheets that you brought.
Well, this is a page I did celebrating my book. As you can see, it has the book cover on it. And I guess what I can say about scrapbooking is it's so fun to do something that's creative and isn't going to be ruined by the first person going to the bathroom. I mean, when you're a housewife, you clean the toilet, but if the first person that uses your bathroom, your day's work is done. So scrapbooking has a little bit longer lasting of an effect. So as you can see, here's a photo that I put in of myself, and I doodled on the page, which is a real hot thing in scrapbooking now. I've started a contest in the United Kingdom called the Best of British Scrapbooking, and I run that contest. I've been running it for years now, and doodling started in the UK, and it's really hot now. I created these paper flowers using punches. They're like handheld die cuts, and I added them, and then I customized the paper on the bottom. I added the squiggles and I added the flowers so that it would go with everything. And then this part of the scrapbooking page is called journaling. It's a misnomer. It's stolen from the world of journalism, but it means to write something on your page, and I've been nicknamed the journaling goddess because I really encourage scrapbookers to include the story on the page. Otherwise, it's just a photo album. The size of this page is 12 by 12. 12 by 12 has become the new standard in scrapbooking. However, in the UK, a new hot size is 6 by 12, which is half this. And we often get trends that start in the UK and then they come here. So that's an example of that. This is a page I did that shows my husband. And what was fun about this page is that I actually replicated this page in 2 other colors, because what you can do is you can take a basic design or layout and you can repeat it over and over again. Have you ever sewn, Nancy? Mm-hmm. Well, you know, when you master a pattern and you're able to do it the first time, the second and third time they go like that.
That's true.
So what I suggest to scrapbookers and to people who want to get started is find an interesting page and replicate that page, because when you change the color and you change what we call embellishments, it's very easy to do. These are considered embellishments. Embellishments are accessories. Think of them as your fashion accessories for your page. So for example, a necklace or earrings might be what you would wear, but on a page it would mean things like this fiber, the tags, the stamped images that are colored, the ribbon. Those are embellishments.
Oh, that is terrific. That looks beautiful. Is this what Kiki does and teaches?
She's better than I am.
Oh, she
A lot
is she
better.
in St. Louis?
She is in St. Louis, and it's a great setting for a mystery because you would have to really work to find a town as funky, fun, weird, and unique as St. Louis. And I think it had been underused before, so I'm delighted to use it as the setting.
What is your plan for Kiki? Does she, well, I know you can't tell too much, but are you working on another and yet another and another plan?
This is definitely a series. The book has been out 30 days, and we've already gone back to press. We're getting great reviews on it, fortunately, because every author just sits and you hold your breath and you think, oh, I hope everybody likes this as much as I do. So the second book was originally scheduled for June, but now we're looking at it coming out in the spring. And that book is called Cut, Crop, and Die. Cut, Crop, and Die. And then the third book in the series will come out next September. And that book will be positioned for an event called Scrap Fest. And Scrap Fest is the nation's largest gathering of scrapbookers. 15,000 scrapbookers descend on Mall of America. That's where we launched Paper, Scissors, Death, and that's where the third book in the series will come out.
I think you're off to a wonderful career in mystery writing through your own craft and hobby of scrapbooking. I would like to thank Joanna Campbell Slan for coming to Voices in Mystery today. You've been a delightful guest. I can tell you've been on television a few times. So thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Nancy, and thank you to the crew.